running on trust. Mid-pack now, but I'm cutting up front. Long nights, hard work, that's the fuel in my blood. Mediocre, meet your name on the list, but I'm leaning on the wheel with these careless fists. If I only get one shot at the stunt, I'll spin out trying just to get to the front.
Well, all right. We're in the shop, and we need to go back to the drawing board, so to speak. We're going to scale the car and get it balanced back out. I think with some of the changes we've made, we've definitely moved our scale numbers around, and I think we're off the mark a bit. So we'll get that going. We'll video that here, share it with all of you. Tonight, I have borrowed a load stick from a friend of mine. He has mixed opinions on the effectiveness of a load stick and whether it's good, bad, or other. We're going to try it and just to use it as a measurement tool. I don't think it's going to make or break anything we're doing, but maybe will give me a data point to check and see how we're doing with things. And since we're going to switch front springs back again, I kind of want to know where we're at. I'm curious. And this year has been all about learning setup stuff because nobody ever taught me all this crap. I've been figuring it out as I go. I've had some friends racing that kind of point me in the right direction from time to time, but every car is different, every driver is different, and you just kind of have to learn it and go from there. So we're going to do some educational stuff and measuring and fill in a notebook with some measurements. So yeah. All right, let's get to work. All right, here goes nothing. Step 1, remove the shock. All right, the beginning of the load stick journey starts here. So, I should probably double check what my number's at here. Half is our ride height. See where that's at. Oh, dead nuts. 566. Recorder. I feel like we're going to be coil binding here pretty quick. Maybe that's part of our problem. Well, I know we bottom this control arm out. So, where is that number? Right. Another 1/4 inch. I don't know if we got another 1/4 inch. Right there. 1734. All right. We have a baseline measurement on the old spring, and that is damn near coil bound. I don't know if you can see that down there. Yeah, you can. And we are just about touching here, which we've put a piece of tape on there to see if we hit, and we do hit. So there's times where it goes just past that, and actually our spring rubber, or sorry, shock rubber, maxes out at 4 inches. So it goes another 1/4 inch from there when it really bottoms out. But this is where she lands at full compression. So good to know what that is. Now once we scale the car, I basically did this to see where the car was at in the garbage setup that we had in it. This isn't to set our baselines or do anything. This is just to see what this looked like when all was said and done. And I am seeing that our spring and our weight jack are definitely not aligned. That is not the same angle, which is kind of interesting. Probably something for another day, but yeah, definitely interesting. We'll see what we come up with next time. All right, let's get to swapping springs and see what that gets us. All right, so I had to do it again because I realized as I was taking it out that I did not zero the load stick before I started to compress it. So I did that this time. We came up with 1812 instead of 1734. So a little bit off, not crazy, but I suppose it matters when numbers matter and we're taking measurements for a reason. So that said, we'll move on and try and do a spring swap. So, is this good? Is it bad? I have no freaking clue. We're gonna see what it does with the next spring and we'll go from there. But we will scale the car first. We'll get everything dialed in where it needs to be. And hopefully that gives us an answer as to what's good or bad. And maybe I can get some more guidance from the chassis builder based off of giving them this information too. So we'll see what we find. All right, be back in a minute. All right, spring swap commence. There we go. Oh, not the one I looked at. Where did I put the 3/4 at? Hey folks, all right, we're ready. Locked, loaded, and ready to go to, where are we going?
Just a mediocre guy, clocked in, clocked out, dust in my eyes, grease on my hands, clay in my teeth, chasing that rush down the backstretch heat. I'm mid-pack, wide open, living that small town dream. Chevy running like you stole something, but it's just stole me. Ain't first place famous, ain't last place gone. I'm a dirt track, hard hat, hang on strong. Yeah, mediocre is me.
All right, I made it to Rapid Speedway, and we are unloaded and getting ready for Mulder Memorial. Went through the whole car, redid the springs, undid what we did last week, went the other direction from where we used to be, and hopefully it's all good now. Scales say our numbers are pretty decent, so we'll go from here and see what we can do. If we suck tonight and the car is good, then it's all on the driver. If we're good tonight and the car is good, then it's on the changes. And if the car is good and I still suck, let's try it. And yeah, any variation of that. Either the changes will work or they won't, and the driver will probably still suck. So let's see what happens. Now, for some reason, we need that control arm. It's going to be a little more work to get it going. I'm going to have to take the other one apart and pull the other ball joint out on that. Well, let's hope we don't need another control arm.
Just gonna say we're not gonna need it, so it'll be fine.
Well, that explains why the car felt totally garbage, aside from the track being a little greasy.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I really can't gauge this at all. I'm not sure what I got. Also explains why my steering is freaking weird and notchy. We had a wheel just doing what it wanted. All right, we did the hot lap thing, and thankfully, because apparently we had a ball joint come loose because somebody, this guy, apparently forgot to double check if those were tight when he took everything apart and put it back together. And that reminds me, I'm going to double check the right front before I go out. So we start front row, heat 4, and it's passing points, which doesn't fare well for us. And I'm not real sure what we got, so we're gonna go give it a shot and see what happens. More than likely run into B main, and we'll get some extra laps that way, I guess. So we'll see what happens. Start probably towards the back because I was 4th heat and I finished, I think, last. Well, no, first to last. So somewhere towards the back of one of 2 B mains. And once we run that, we might transfer to the feature, taking 4 from each one. So if we get a car that does something, we might be pretty good. If we don't, and we suck, then we're gonna just sit and watch the feature tonight. Which, making the feature here, we got 35 cars and a lot of fast guys. So if I manage to get in the feature, that'll be a feat in and of itself. And then we'll see if we suck in the feature. But for now, we gotta see if we don't suck in the B-main. So I gotta get some shit ready and we'll check back in.
Which one, right or left? You're talking the
right rear bead lock.
Okay, so you're gonna put the other one back on?
Kind of depends on what the size is. That one is a little bit bigger. That's 83 1/4. And I gotta see. Yeah, we'll just do the left rear.
This one?
This one.
Okay.
B-main did not go as planned. Started, had a caution, and the caution was me and another guy. First lap, turn 3, go on entry, and I get clipped in the left rear. His tire jumped up on the top of mine, and we spun to a stop. And apparently I hit something over here. I don't know what that was. Probably the start when we got jumbled up. Anyway, all in all, it sounded like maybe a lot of damage from what the guys on the track tow truck were saying, but we checked everything under here and it all looks good. I'll do a quick double check before we go race tomorrow night, but I think we're all right. And then we got some body damage. Other than that, a brand new rim and tire junk, but that sucks. The car did feel a little better. Made a few adjustments, bar adjustment up on the chassis one, or no, down on the chassis one, up on the rear end one, flatten it out on the right rear. It definitely felt a bit more dig on the right rear, so that was good. Oh yeah, we got a little damage on the right rear there. There it is. Anyway, nothing major. I think we'll be good to go for I-90 tomorrow night, so. Well, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Tonight we sucked, but we didn't suck on our own. We had help. I talked to the guy. It's not his fault. It was a racing deal. He came over thinking it was his fault and apologizing, so fair thing to do. Yeah, we're done. Thanks for watching. We're gonna get loaded up, eat some dinner, and we're gonna watch the feature because there's a pretty good feature coming up with a whole lot of fast guys that are a whole lot better than I am. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time, and yeah, we'll see you at the track.